Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Ijoma here, and in today's video we're going to learn how to make this stylish bubu with a scallop neckline. Now, the first time I saw this bubu, I was kind of confused, but I have figured out how to get this neckline. I'll also share with you guys some of the mistakes I made when I was sewing this and how to avoid those mistakes. For this dress, you need just 4 yards. That is two yards. If you want to combine it, you buy two yards by 60. Then one of them should be up to 2.5 at least, because you are going to cut out a facing for the bubu. Let's say the brown will be 2.5, then the gold will be 2 yards. One of them should be up to 2.5 so that you have enough for facing. Now, these are the fabrics I'll be using. Funny enough, the gold is a doll face fabric while the brown is a lining. The brown is just a lining. I made this bubu for the sake of illustration. I'm not going to wear it. I did it for the sake of this tutorial. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is to cut out a normal bubu gown. And in order to make that simple, I am going to cut out on this gold first of all. After cutting out on the gold, I will use it to cut out on the brown, and then I will divide them into two and join at the center. Now, for the neck width, I made it 5 by 5 inches wide, 5 inches deep. But when cutting your own, you can make it 4 by 5, 4 inches for the width, 5 for the depth, or you can make it 4 by 4 so that the neckline will not be too wide. It will not be falling off your shoulder after making your scallop. Make it 4 by 4 to be on a safer side. Then from the center, we are going to measure our shoulder. My shoulder is 15 inches divided by 2, that is 7.5. I will mark my shoulder measurement. From that shoulder measurement, I will determine the full length of my sleeve. For the full length of the sleeve, I used 18 inches. Then from that place where I marked 18, I'll come down by like 10 or 11 inches. I'll still add elastic to this sleeve. Now, at the center front of your fabric, please remember to, at the center of the fabric, at that folded area, remember to add half an inch down. The essence of this half an inch is for seam allowance. You know, after cutting this gold, we are going to divide it into 2 equal parts. We will add brown to one side and we will add gold to the other side. We'll join it at the center. So that's the essence of that half an inch. After doing that, I had to add that extra half an inch that I marked at the center. I had to add it to the width of the neckline so that it will be correct. Now, after cutting, we are going to get our shoulder to waist, shoulder to hip, and the full length. Now, the full length I have here is very okay for me. At my bust point, I will divide my bust into 4. My bust point is 11. I'll divide my bust by 4 plus like extra 4 or 5 for ease. Depends on how big you want your bubu to be. This particular bubu, I don't want it to be too big on my body. Then I will connect from my shoulder to my sleeve, from my sleeve to my bust measurement, and I will mark straight down to the full length. Now, if you want your own bubu to be very full, like very big, you add like extra 5 inches or 6 inches on fold. After doing this, I'll go ahead and cut out. Now, after cutting out this gold, you know, I'm combining this bubu, though you can do one color if you want. After cutting out this gold, I will cut out on my brown, like anything I have on this gold, I will cut the same thing on my brown. Now you can see I am dividing this gold into 2. One will be at the front, one will be at the back. Now, after dividing the gold into 2, I will introduce my brown fabric. So for the brown fabric, I'll fold it the same way I folded this particular one. This one is just a lining. This one is just a lining, like I said initially. Then I'll fold it into 2. I'm going to place my gold on it, and anything I have on the gold is what I'm cutting out on the brown. Both the neck width, the neck depth, everything will be equal. Though if you want your own back neckline to be higher, you can also come up, you can make it higher. But for me, if you want to get that off shoulder effect when wearing your bubu, you should make the front and the back the same width, the same length, the same depth. Everything should be equal. Now I'll cut out the back neckline, and I'll also divide that lining, that fabric, into 2. So that I can have 4 pieces, 2 for the front, 2 for the back. Now, after dividing this, I am going to merge them, like I'm going to pair them. I'm going to combine them. This is one side, this is the other side, and I'll go ahead and join. Now, after joining at the center, I will advise you to cut out your facing first of all before drawing that scallop neckline. You can see I'm done joining the two of them, gold on this side, brown on the other side. Then after joining, I will cut out my facing first of all. My facing will be very wide so that after marking my scallop neckline, it will be able to accommodate my scallop neckline also. I hope you understand. Now I want to use this brown for my facing. Please you cannot use bias for this. You will have to cut out facing. So I'm folding my facing twice so that I can get the front and the back facing at the same time. Now I'll place my fabric on this and I will cut out my facing. It should be the same thing with the neck width, then 5 inches wider and 5 inches below my neck depth. It should be up to 5-6 inches below your neck depth. So you can see how big that facing is looking. The reason why I made it this big is so that it will accommodate my scallop necklines. I have my front and my back facing right here. Now after cutting out the facing, I can go ahead and mark my scallop design. From the center, you will start marking your triangles. Now another mistake that I made was that this triangle was too deep. So if you are marking your own triangle, it should be just 1.5 deep or 1 inch deep. After turning, it will be okay. Now this is the reason why I said your neck width should be 4. After doing that, you should also go from that 4, you should also go back by 2. The last scallop will end at 2 inches away from the initial neck width, 2 inches away from the initial neck width, so that you can achieve that off shoulder effect. Now I'm done cutting my scallop, and if I open it, this is what I have before turning with my lining. Anything I have on this piece, I'll repeat it on the other one, the front and the back. 2 of them should be equal. So after doing this, I'll go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other one. Now this is the second one. The neckline is still okay. So if I place this first one on it, I don't know if you can notice what I was saying. Your neck width should not be more than 4, please, so that after you can extend it by 2. You can see that this one that has scallop neckline is now wider than that one at the back. So from the 4, you will have to go in by 2 in order to get your off shoulder effect. I hope you understand, because you can wear this as a normal neckline and also wear it as an off shoulder. Your neckline should be 4x4, please, 4x4. I'm always emphasizing on this. Now after cutting the scallop neckline, we are going to turn with our facing. Like I said, I am just doing this for the sake of the tutorial. For you, make sure you add hard gum, or even collar gum. Add collar gum to your facing so that after turning this, it will be very firm. Now if you place your facing behind, you will have to pin it down to avoid shifting when turning. Add hard gum, add collar gum, a very hard gum. Now I am done turning. After turning, you can now go ahead and trim out the lining of your facing. Do not trim before joining. Turn your facing first of all before you trim out the scallop necklines. So as you are trimming out the scallop neckline, also remember to notch. It is really important. Also remember to notch. After notching, I will turn it out. Now, like I said, make sure you add hard gum or collar gum so that your scallop neckline will be firm. It will not be bending. You can see that I did not add any gum to this. I'm just showing this for the sake of the tutorial. I did not add any hard gum to it. If I wear it, it may be bending. Those scallop designs will be bending. But had it been I added a collar gum or a hard gum to this, it will be very firm. So if you're sewing yours, do not forget your collar gum. Now this is my neckline. It is really beautiful, man. I love it. I'll go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other neckline. So make sure that you push out all the pointy parts. They are important because these pointy parts will give your neckline a very fine design. I love the center, the scallop at the center. I love how it looks. The line, the demarcation line at that center. I love it so much. Now after turning up this scallop, I'll go ahead and iron it very well. After ironing, I'll repeat the same thing on the back. And like I said, before you turn, add interface. Now this is the second one. I am done turning it also. I'll go ahead and trim off the scallop. Like I say, do not trim your facing. First of all, turn your scallop neckline before you trim your facing. So, and notching is really important. Notch the tip and notch the depth so that the V shapes will come out. Cut down the tip a bit so that the pointy parts will come out also. So after doing this and notching everything, I'll go ahead and iron. After ironing, I'll come back and join the shoulder. You can join your shoulder with inseam method. You can join the normal joining and you can weave. If you're a beginner, the inseam joining may affect your scallop, so you can just do a normal joining. After doing this one, I'll go ahead and turn it out. So after turning out, I'll use my scissors to push out the pointy parts. They are really important. Now, this is what I have after ironing. They are really looking nice. I even burnt my facing at a point, so I'm so sorry for that. Then after doing this, I'll go ahead and join my shoulder. You can do inseam finishing method. It is the best. It will give you a very fine finishing. After turning that, I will come back. I'm joining my shoulder first. Join your shoulder first. Then after joining your shoulder, you will hem your sleeve. Go ahead and hem your sleeve. After hemming, you will insert an elastic inside. Now I am done hemming my sleeve and I have my elastic and my safety pin. I have my elastic and my safety pin. I will use my safety pin to insert my elastic into my sleeve. So you can see me inserting my elastic into that sleeve. This elastic will give it a stylish look. If you don't want to add elastic, you can use band. You can use band for this. But I used elastic. Elastic is usually comfortable because it is stretchy. Then after adding the elastic on both sleeves, I'll go ahead and shape down to the full length, and that will be the end of it. It is very simple, and my bubu is small, but if you want to make it a big size bubu, you can do that. I am slim, so there is no need for a big size bubu. At the end of the day, this is what you have. My lining is looking fine at the end of the day, so this is what you have, guys. It is really beautiful. If you want to register for our October online classes, just drop a comment in the comment section. We have many classes: corset, joggers, blazer, cargo pants, kiddies, name it, shirts. Just drop a comment and I'll direct you on how to register. Thank you all, and please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. See you all in my next video. Bye.